What's up, guys? It's Jonathan. I'm here driving around trying to make another video. A friend of mine just told me that they wanted me to make a video on getting over the past. And I realized that getting over the past is very difficult. It troubles a lot of us. It really holds a lot of us back. And I know for me, what keeps me stuck in the past the most is this thing up here, my brain. Thinking about all the mistakes that I've made. Thinking about everything people have told me, how I'll never be good enough, how I don't have the talent, how I don't have the skills, or just my own be my own worst critic. It's kept me from really being who God wants me to be. And I think a lot of us have to remember that it doesn't matter what people say. I think a lot of us have to remember that although our brains have the best intentions for us, that they're not always right. That a lot of times it holds us back. A lot of times it keeps us stuck. And I really want us to just think about the good we have in our life, the positivity. When you're optimistic, when you know everything's gonna work out, that's when things come. That's when you become a blessing for others. That's when you're able to make a difference. But when you're stuck in the past and you're thinking about all that you've missed out on, things don't work out. I know for me personally, I have a lot of difficulties with the past. I have a lot of difficulties with the past because I've made so many mistakes. I've been so irresponsible. I've been someone that not many people can count on for certain things because I was so disorganized, because I didn't believe in myself, because I didn't know what I was capable of. So even today, as much as I believe in myself, as much as I know God has promises for my life and that He has a plan, I still struggle. I still think back to my past. I still worry about if I can become the person God wants me to be. I still worry about if I can fulfill my potential. I have these issues with just trusting myself sometimes. And I think a lot of us have those issues with just trust. And I think how you get over that is you learn to take it day by day. You learn to chip at everything that stresses you out, whatever you're behind on. Something that I was watching recently on Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon. He talked about how he deals with stress when he has obstacles or things he needs to do for the company. He says he takes it one thing at a time, that he chips away at it. That even though you can't get everything done, the fact that you're chipping away at it, taking it little by little, it eases your stress, it eases your anxiety. And that's just something I've been trying to apply in my life. To not look at who I was or all that I've struggled with, but just to know that if I take it day by day and I get through it one step at a time, that I'll get to where I need to go. You look at all the greats, all the people who have done so many amazing things. It was all baby steps. It's not always this big, gigantic thing that we think it really needs to be. And I just want to keep that in perspective for you guys to know that no matter what, it's all going to work itself out. And to know that the past really shouldn't have so much control over you. The past really is just the past. And when you're stuck in the past, it's hard to know whether you should be positive or whether you should be negative. And I get in those places myself where I wonder, is it better to just be negative? Like, why be positive? You can get to that place. You can struggle in your mind where you can question whether positivity and faith and optimism is stronger than negativity. You can get to that place. And I've been there so many times in my life. And I've had to realize that when I'm being negative, how can I serve other people? When I'm doubting myself, when I'm questioning myself, when I'm struggling with my faith, how can I serve someone else? Yeah, I can relate. Yeah, I can share my testimony, but at the end of the day, I need to come from a better place. I need to come from a more spiritual centered place. And that's looking to serve. That's looking to give. That's trusting myself. That's knowing that God has a plan for my life. And that's encouraging others with that same statement, with that same promise that God has given me, that He's given us. Trust me, I so get it how you can really struggle with not having positive people around you in your life. Maybe you don't have a parent, someone to look to for advice or encouragement. Maybe those same parents that you crave love from actually put you down or question you or made you doubt yourself. And I get it, I understand that. But I think that we need to keep in mind that what is negativity really going to do for us? Being negative, being down, dwelling, it's never really going to do anything for us. But when you're positive, when you look at the bright side of things, when you're optimistic, when you look at all the possibilities in this world, that's when you're able to really get over the past, really get over the hurt, the pain, the shame. That's when you're really able to understand that, hey man, I've been through some things and it hasn't been the best, but I know that everything's gonna work itself out. I don't know if you guys been watching Luke Cage, but Luke Cage is one of my favorite shows right now on Netflix. And he talks about moving forward. He talks about that you always gotta move forward. You can't stay stuck in the past. And that's his mantra. And that's what I want to encourage you to do, is to remember that, to say to yourself, move forward. Forward always. No matter what. Never look backwards, always look forward. That's got to be our way of life. That's how we got to live our lives. Because there's so many people in this world that go through so much and they struggle so much. And I know you're probably saying, well, that's not me. I'm not going through that. But at the end of the day, when you understand how blessed you are, when you have a grateful attitude, when you're thankful that you just woke up in the morning, things change. Things really do change. But it's really not an intellectual thing. It's really not something that you got to understand with your mind. It's really something that you got to embody. It's really something that you really got to pray and ask God for. And when you're stuck in the past, write your thoughts down. I think a lot of us, we're so lazy when it comes to improving our lives. I know for myself personally, every single day before I go to bed, I write down my entire day. I write down all my thoughts. I write down all my insecurities. And I give that over to God. I said, God, please help me with my insecurities. Help me where I'm struggling with. Please. And you pray about it. And you meditate. And you just understand that it's not always going to last. Whatever thoughts, whatever fearful emotions that you're feeling right now, it's not going to last. 5, 10 years from now, we're not even going to think about the things that we're struggling with. And that's another thing that I try to remind myself, is that no matter what I'm going through now in this moment, there's always going to be a brighter side. There's always going to be a brighter day. Everything's going to work itself out. So just keep that in mind, that the past is the past. You can't change it. But it keeps you from focusing on the possibilities of the future. There's so many things you can do in this world. You're so talented. You're so gifted. You have something. Just got to dig inside. You just got to dig inside here. Quiet that noise in your mind. Lift up that noise in your heart and in your spirit. And have faith. Just want to encourage you guys. Don't give up. Trust the process. Know who you are. And believe. Take care, guys. And God bless.